3 new dating event types that you can configure, different levels of attraction and turnoffs. I'm still wearing my Sims t-shirt because I'm all in for the Sims 4 Lovestruck expansion pack. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Just a Mom That Sims. I'm KT, and I'm here today with the Sims 4 Lovestruck gameplay trailer breakdown. This will also include my opinion, so let's jump right in. In this trailer, we meet Karina, and she is our dating tips matchmaker, probably our romance consultant, because that's what we're going to be getting in the new game pack. She's starting off by giving us some dating tips. I'm going to start off by jumping right into what we saw in Cupid's corner. We saw a very similar interface to what we have already seen. One thing that really stood out to me, you get the Sims traits that you're looking at right up front. You get some of them. I'm sure it's not all of the Sims traits. I really like that you can find out if this trait is a turn on or a turn off for the sim who is viewing it. So in this case, Ariana was a loner, and this was a turn off for Yoltik. And hopefully I'm saying that as right as I need to worry about a fictional character's name, okay? We see that Yoltik doesn't like loners. Some of them it won't show, but that may be because Yoltik doesn't have an opinion one way or the other on that specific trait. This sim, Zoe, is a snob, and Yoltik doesn't like that. So even though you don't get all the Sims trait, which you need to learn about them as you meet them as well, I like that we're not starting blind like you do when you just walk up to the sim on the sim streets, unless you have that observant trait, which I buy all the time for 500 simoleons from the reward store. What I did notice, once we got over here to Liberty, you have the ability to save, which I saw in the news blurb, because after the last trailer, I immediately went to the news blurb because I wanted to see what all of the features that the Sims team told me was going to be in the game. Because even with the gameplay trailer, I cannot expect to see all of the gameplay because it's a trailer. Once you save it, you immediately get a change on the interface where you can add Liberty to your contacts, or you can suggest to create a date. So that implies that the other sim has to agree to the date first, which that's throwback, because even now, if you invite a sim over, if they don't like you, they're not coming, right? Just as I suspected, it is an event, but you get 3 new date types. So you have a get to know you date, you have a romantic date, you have a romantic repair date. The get to know you date, I'm assuming that's what our matchmaker Karina referred to as a friendly date. I also noticed that at gold level, you get a new reward item, and I can't wait to see what that is. The next screen you will get, if everybody's agreeing to this date, is a location. So we're used to that, and you can see in Ciudad and Amarada, the City of Love has a nightclub, a gym, a lounge, and a park. We can expect those things in the city, but no worries, just like any other event, you can plan it in the other worlds as well. After you pick your location, you select your event activities, and I'm here for it. I'll read the ones I could see. In the third row, I couldn't see good, so I'm semi-guessing, but they have socialization broken down into 3 categories: be romantic, be friendly, be funny, and I do like that they broke it down like that. You can get drinks, food, you can have a goal of physical intimacy, or you could want to go all the way to a home run, which is woohoo. You might want to watch TV, star or cloud gaze, board games. I can see music, so like a guitar. You may also want to paint, play games, and what the 2 like in row 3 and 4 at the bottom are, let me know what that is, because I don't know those symbols. So one thing I want to point out is that there are activities that specifically come with this pack, but I'm assuming that the more packs you have, the more activities that will be available. Next, we saw the benefit of knowing some of the traits before you go out on the initial date. So they use the example, if you're foodies, you could go out on a day where you eat, ideally. Or if you both like to work out, you could go on a gym date. I don't know if a gym date is great, because how are you talking? If you're short on breath, or maybe you're not short on breath, maybe that's a me thing. But also, if you like to dance, go to the club. So you go to a place where you can meet those goals. One thing I did like was that this sim went out on a date, and he was handsome, she was beautiful. However, we saw his mother in the background. Baby, she's back there pretending to read Bridgerton style. She is eavesdropping. She's watching them on this woohoo blanket. But she hung in there. They went out to like a lounge or club or something. He took her out to eat, and Oh, this is what I wanted to say. They are pointing out, because this was in the news blurb, not in the trailer, you can change locations in the middle of a date. And I am so happy because there are so many times I'm playing a date and I just want my sim to go somewhere else because I'm out of things to do at this location. You can do that here. So they are showing us this. But anyway, he took her to eat and then he was a slob. And that's when we saw the turnoffs. There were different levels. So if you see this first one, you see she's got a magnet. It's like a minus sign, like she's pushing him away. She doesn't like gluttons. That's the symbol for glutton. He tried to make a move on her. It was too early. She's like, no, back up. She decided after he tried to make that early move, hey, I just don't like him. So you see his face, and now the attraction symbol is a broken magnet with the minus. So that tells me magnet with the minus, maybe I can work through this, but once it's broken, I'm done. Which leads me to the next thing. They are sitting down eating. I would say it's with a group of friends, but knowing the Sims, it's probably some strangers that walked by with some plates that sat down in their date. We're being real, right? But she hopped up and she ended that date. And how did she do it? Now, I don't know if this will be a real feature, but oh, if the sim guys are listening, it will be a feature. You have your friend call, girl, I'm going on this date. Call me at 8:52 p.m. And if I need to get out of there, girl, I'm going to use that call to get out of there. If you know, you know. She hops up. She's like, oh, gosh, you need me to come right now? I mean, can it wait? No. A friend in need is a friend indeed. Here I come, girl. Bye, y'all. I gotta go. And as she walks off, his mother, who was listening the whole time, like I said, jumps up to comfort him. But I like that she could end that date early. The other thing I noticed was that our matchmaker, Karina, she went on a friendly date and she took selfies. Well, I did capture those just to look at the backgrounds. I noticed this was like the downtown area or the city area because you could see like subway signs in the background. I really like this mural in the back. It's like a cat face or something, but it gives me a vibe of a city they were really going for, and I like that. This looks like a lounge that they met at. I like the new chairs, and I like this pink swatch that the chairs match the bar. Also, they went to a club where he tried to do comedy and she took an embarrassed picture, but still I'm looking at the walls. These decals or whatever they are, they look wonderful. I love color pops. Now we hop right back over to our old friend Monica from the first trailer, and I can't remember the guy's name. Was it Jordan or something? No, I'm gonna tell you, I'll make up a name. But I want to point out the attraction system again because they both like to hug or cuddle, and you can see that you got the magnet with the lightning bolt, so that is great for them. It's an automatic attraction. Now he is over here at the bar pouring with one hand 3 bottles, and she's like, oh, I like a man that can pour a bottle. She likes it, and I'm here for Monica. Monica is moving on to maybe his home this time, but you can see the new pet in the background because I think that's a new pet. Tell me what you think. They both like laughter and humor and funny. I also like this plant hanging on the wall to your left and this picture with the lips of the fireplace. So I like all of this. It's flowers all throughout and candles throughout this pack, I noticed. In the dip kiss, I captured this photo because throughout the whole trailer, I was loving the clothes. I saw so many new hairs that I think are new. The guy in the background to the right, he has a floral print suit on. I'm not a flower person for prints, but I really like this suit. I love this brownish camel color. It is beautiful. These 3 Sims, they all have new hairs, and I like it. I like her dress. She's got the clips all the way up the side. I could have done without the clips, but hey, it's still cute. The guy in the middle, I really love the swatch of this shirt, how it goes from the medium pink to the light pink. It is a winner. This guy's haircut has a heart in it, and it's just hearts everywhere. I think the necklace he's wearing is new because I saw it on another sim, and I know that's another swatch of the teddy bear necklace that our host Karina is also wearing because they have what looks like birthstones in them, so I wonder how many swatches it has. I like that they lined up side by side to show how this attraction and differences can impact the sim, because we also talk about jealousy in this trailer. But if you can see, I think at the bottom that means they like red clothes. So Dunn and our newcomer with Unlucky in Love tattoo. I named that tattoo. That's not the official name. I like how they both like people with red clothes, but they have nothing else in common. Dunn has a symbol that he likes woohoo. I know that's the woohoo symbol, so maybe woohoo or intimacy, and she doesn't. She likes, maybe that's logical sims, and he doesn't care about logic. The biggest thing is Dunn does not have a jealousy bone. He feels like he should be free. I love that they put Dunn next to the bondage picture with really the guys wrapped in a snake. And we appreciate how they put Dunn next to the snake. If you can't put Dunn next to the snake in the Lovestruck trailer, what can you use Dunn for? Now, he immediately sees the sim in red and thinks she's awesome. Tell me, this bejeweled thing in the center of her chest, is that a part of the shirt or is that something else? Like, is that... It's not a tattoo. Tell me what that is, okay? You immediately see this sim get jealous. She's like, what is Dunn doing? But Dunn is gonna Dunn, right? She gets upset. So we see how the jealousy can impact them. We know that there is a new death by heartbreak, but what leads up to that? And we can immediately see her getting upset. And we can also see that Dunn is affected by it. He is not jealous. So he is not liking the fact that she's jealous. Our matchmaker, Karina, or our romance consultant, displaying this rose hand tattoo again because it's also on our other male sim. Love this tattoo. She is down for the tea. She is like, whoo, this is drama coming. Now, in the trailer, we jump over to Willow Creek, and I thought this was sim lore genius. But we go to a young Bob and Eliza Pancakes when they're first married. They are obviously happy, and then we see them with their son, still happy. But over time, Bob being a slob, only caring about pancakes, maybe a little depressed, Eliza being a neat freak, they are both being worn out. And I like this new thought bubble we see, and you can see that it's like a cracked heart, so you can see that there are cracks in their relationship. But Eliza decides to schedule a romantic repair date. Now what I got from this is, just like any other event, you can make it where it's got goals and rewards, or you can just do the event with no goals. And for me, I like that because a lot of the times I am just doing my events over and over because I like it to bring my sims closer, not to get the rewards. But they go out, and once they get out, we find the third woohoo spot because we know from the news blurb that there are three. We know about the closet, we know about the woohoo blanket, but I believe this building is the third one. In the first picture, they go in, they start to woohoo, and the lights rise throughout the building. I love this animation, and a heart lights up around the sign at the top, and the lights filter out through the satellite dishes, and hearts shoot out into the sim world for everyone to see that Bob and Eliza have their woohoo back. Someone commented that they missed the cutaway scenes from the Sims 2, I believe it was, and I do too, because especially for the year of that game, those cutaway scenes were really advanced and I loved them. It was pure entertainment. We get more into the romance skill as well. If you have a higher romance skill, and you can woo sims easier, it comes more naturally for you, like this sim. However, the next sim was trying to feed this guy that he is interested in a chocolate covered strawberry, and he fumbles that strawberry and he tries to catch it, but it hits the ground. And the other sim is like, woo, he's new at this. The woohoo game. Now, in a previous picture I put it here, we saw the game on a table, like a little end table. I noticed it right away because that means you don't have to sit at the table to play the woohoo game. And here is confirmed. They have the box sitting on the floor, so they are actually able to stay in costume from the costume chest right here and play their woohoo games. So these sims have some kink, and I'm here for it. She's even telling him in this new symbol, like, what happens in this bedroom stays in this bedroom. I love the decorations. So in the background of the woohoo bed, I can see pictures on the wall, and some have X's through it, circles. It's like she posted pictures to try to figure out what sim to try next. And you know, she just left it on the wall. She's a little messy as far as she did not have consideration for who is there now. And I like this t-shirt with the two sims looking like they're about to snuggle up or kiss. And I like the shirt with the harnesses. It's giving BDSM vibes. In this picture, you can see this little creature. I'm not even gonna call it something because I don't know what it is. You can see that it's everywhere. But I noticed the bed here because everybody's going crazy about the woohoo bed, and I'm glad it's back and I'm glad it's vibrating. However, how often will I use it? Probably not too much. But more practical beds like this one and nice swatches. I love the bed. I love the rose in the headboard. The guitar on the wall, there's a guitar, and I'm going to show you pictures here, is featured prominently in the first trailer, but especially in this one. I believe that's a new guitar that's coming with the pack, and I like the swatches that I've seen in it so far. This sim was at the fountain in the center of town. I believe that's that fountain, and she made a wish in the fountain. So I'm like, oh my gosh, will you be able to make a wish in the fountain in town? If so, I love that touch. But she flips a coin, it goes into the fountain, and immediately she is no longer in romantic distress because a potential love interest immediately pops up behind her. I love this wall still, every angle they show of it. I like that they showed two elder sims that are clearly married. He's got the ring on, and I didn't worry about what hand because different countries use different hands for rings if they wear rings. They are still in it, still loving each other and making out in front of the wall in the city of love. We see more of the rose tattoos on necks, hands, everywhere. So I really enjoyed this trailer. I liked what it showed. Of course, it didn't show everything that was in the previous news blurb. So if you want to know what was in that, I'm gonna link my first reaction video right here because I thoroughly break down everything that was in that news blurb. I like to watch all the trailers. We'll watch the walkthrough if they do one and cover that in as short amount of time as I can so that you don't have to watch an hour walkthrough to know what happened. I use what I get from these things, and of course when I get the pack for gameplay I've already pre-ordered, I just judge it for myself, and I stand by based off of that news blurb and what we saw. We are getting a lot in this pack because it's not just the 3 new woohoo locations, it's not just the 2 new personality aspirations, but we are getting new personality traits and fears. In addition to getting the stuff you always get, you get the world, the furniture, the clothes. There are a lot of clothes that I see in this pack, a lot of hairstyles, a lot of jewelry. Like, I see a lot that we're getting in those things, but we're getting a new career, we're getting a new romance skill, we're getting a lot. And go back to this video that I'm still linking here because in the first second I named everything that we're getting, and so I'm impressed and I'm ready to play it. I've got my storyline set up. I'm also linking the trailer to my new season 5 90 Day Fiancé Sims 4 Lovestruck edition because next week I'm going to put out our Sim Roman's prequel story because I'm going to use Roman to dive right into the Lovestruck gameplay. You will see that in all of my stories because I don't just play the pack to show it and then don't play it anymore. I always play my packs and use features from it because the longer I play The Sims, the more features I notice that I've never hit before. Like, I've never seen this interaction before. I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited about Lovestruck. I hope you tune in for my 90 Day Fiancé Sims 4 Lovestruck edition season 5. And I hope you enjoyed this video. So until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.